just be ready. All right, he's playing the station ID. And we are live from the ANC Steel Center for today's pivotal OAC matchup between the Muskingum University Fighting Muskies and the Heidelberg Student Princes. Win and you're in. That is the main story for today's game. Hello everyone, I am Joe Scott. Alongside Michael Pagano and Keith Burns Jr. is your sideline reporter for today's game. And just like I said, Michael, Muskies win this game, they're automatically in. If they lose, it's going to be pretty tough to get in.
Yeah, they need to win, obviously, and I expect them to win. I mean, they beat this team earlier in the year.
They did.
But, you know, you can't overlook Heidelberg because the Fighting Muskies have played some really, really good games, and then they've had some disappointing games after that. And an example of that is they just beat John Carroll by 9 points on a Saturday, and then they go in on a Wednesday, and they lose to Wilmington. So things like that, that is what cannot happen. And if you're Coach Schwab, you have to hammer it home that you have to win this game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You have to win.
They have to win because, again, you lose, you basically sealed your own fate, so they got to win this game. And it's also senior day here at the NC Steel Center, and they are honoring the lone senior for the Fighting Muskies squad, and Jake Geller. 4-year, he's a captain for this team, and he's done a lot of great things for this program, and he surely will be missed.
Yeah, he definitely is going to be missed. He's a great player, great leader on the team. Like you said, he's a captain. He deserves all the praise he's going to get today, and he deserves for it to basically be Jake Geller Day. Yeah,
it's going to be basically, hopefully, be Jake Geller Day, and he'll have 20 and 14 like he did on Wednesday against the Marietta Pioneers. And also Marcus Dempsey, the head man himself, probably the OAC Player of the Year, averaging 38 game. He almost got us a win against Marietta, but just a shot off. But now, hopefully, he's going to hopefully have one of those games and get us into that OSC tournament.
Yeah, and another thing about Jake Geller was, like you said, or like we both saw on Wednesday, that was the best I've ever seen him play. I mean, he was making shots, he was grabbing rebounds just right out of the air, and it was a great performance by him. And then Marcus Dempsey, he's going to do well regardless of what happens. But I expect him to have another good game tonight and just keep up his pace and keep up the fact that right now he already broke the school record for points in a season, and he just keeps on adding on.
Yeah, it's crazy what he's been accomplishing. And then the Heidelberg Student Princes side, real quick, another big team with a lot of tall players and a very small Muskingum team. The Muskies have big trouble in the post today.
Yeah, they might. Look for Jake Geller to be the guy to try and guard some guys. You might have to throw Cameron Miller in there too, as he is 6'8", but he's one of those guys that's he's a role player, but he doesn't play a whole lot. But yeah, so definitely going to be a tough game for him.
All right, we're going to send it down to Keith Burns Jr., who has Coach Schwab. Keith, what do you got?
Yep. Thanks, Coach.
With this being such a big game today, what is your emphasis and what are you telling your players today?
Nothing's really changed. We need to play harder than them. We need to play more together than them. We need to play with more heart than them.
And what does it mean to be coaching Jake's last senior day? What does it mean to you as a coach to lose, a captain and somebody that's meant so much to the program?
Playing 4 years of college basketball is very, very hard. It's a heck of a lot of hard work, and I just love Jake Geller. We've been through all the ups, all the downs, and you know what? He just comes to work every day, and we're going to greatly, greatly miss him. But once you're a part of the Muskingum basketball family, you're always a part of it. But this being his last home game, we're going to honor him in his hard work and, hopefully send him out of here on a real high note.
Well, thank you so much, and good luck today, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. right, thank you, Keith. So, Coach Schwab says they've been together a whole lot these past couple of years, and we're going to see if hopefully they get a win on Senior Day, Mikey. So with that, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have more of your pregame and probably the Senior Day ceremony for Jake Geller. So keep it right here on WMCO Orbit Television and on YouTube at Orbit Media TV.
I'm Scott, General Manager here at Carpet Care Plus. Give us a call for all your carpet, upholstery, and tile and grout cleaning needs. We are your healthy home specialists.
Carpet Care Plus is the right choice for your home or business. They service fabric, tile, and of course carpet, as well as much, much more. Allergens from pets? Don't sweat. Your home can be breathable yet. Call Carpet Care Plus at 740-455-6161 or go to carpetcareplusinc.com. Carpet Care Plus, your healthy home specialist.
And we are back live here on WMCO Orbit Television, on YouTube at Orbit Media TV, here live from the ANC Steel Center in a filling up packed house here in the ANC Steel Center, Mikey, as it's starting to fill up here on Senior Day for the Muskies and their final home game of the year. Once again, I am Joe Scott alongside Michael Pagano and Keith Burns Jr. as your sideline. Got a great conversation with Coach Schwab earlier with Keith, and again, pivotal game here. We can't keep saying it enough, Michael. It's a pivotal game for the Muskies. You win, you're in.
Yep.
You just got to win. But again, it's a very talented and tough Heidelberg team that's probably not had the year that they wanted to have, because it's Muskingum and then Heidelberg in the standings right now in that 7-8 spot. So very pivotal game, and it's going to be very exciting to see.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I mean, I have been looking forward to this game, especially after that really tough loss to Marietta on Wednesday. I'm really excited to see how this team bounces back, because most of the time when they had their disappointment, they had it after a big win.
Yeah.
That was after, this was coming off of the toughest loss of the season.
Yes.
And I expect them to have some fire tonight. I mean, I want them to play like they did on Wednesday, but then just keep going and just keep taking it to them. Because not only did they lose that game on Wednesday, they lost it in very controversial fashion.
They did. Ugh,
I mean, the end of that game was very, very controversial, and then they go into overtime and they just lost it. But I don't know. We'll see how they play tonight. I expect them to play well, and I do expect them to get this win.
And hopefully you do get this win. They play very well at home to the Muskies. We've seen it when they beat Baldwin Wallace, John Carroll. They almost beat Ohio Northern. They almost beat Marietta at home. They are able to beat these top teams in the OAC at home. Sadly at home, but hopefully they will continue to play better at home like always.
Yeah, they need to. Obviously, they're going to have to start playing better on the road, because when they do make this OAC tournament, I am saying win, because I have high hopes for this game. But
you have to say that. You got to have confidence in the team.
But if they do make it to the OAC tournament, they're going to have to play on the road, and they're just going to have to flat out learn how to play on the road and just do well. And obviously, last season they did do a good job of that, though, because they played at John Carroll and they won.
And we're about to have. Looks like we're about to have our Senior Day ceremony here with Jake Geller. So we're going to keep it live right here, because we want to honor Jake and watch his senior moment, as again he is the lone senior for this squad. And there is Jake with his parents, center of the court. Again, the lone senior for this squad, the 6'6" senior out of Heath, Ohio. Been here 4 years. He's a captain for this squad. Again, like we said, done a lot for this program, the lone senior. And Coach Rob said they've been through the ups and the downs. They've been through a whole lot, and he surely will be missed for this program. Yeah,
he's definitely going to be missed. Like we said, the lone senior, and that shows a lot. I mean, one senior from your class makes it all the way through all 4 years. That shows a lot of, like Coach Schwab said, a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. And, I mean, he's been through 2 coaches as well. I mean, he was with, I believe it was Coach Ford was right before right before Coach Schwab. So he's been through the changes, been through the ups, been through the downs, and he deserves all the praise he is getting right now.
So congratulations to Jake Geller, the lone senior, for this Fighting Muskies squad. We're almost to tip-off. I believe we're going to have our national anthem here coming up here pretty soon, and actually up next. So we're going to keep it live right here, and we're going to go to the PA announcer for your national anthem. So keep it live right here. And your national anthem. And with that, we're going to take a break, but come back. We will have starting lineups, tip-off, and Michael's keys to the game. So keep it live right here on WMCO, Orbit Television, and on YouTube at Orbit Media TV.
I'm Scott, General Manager here at Carpet Care Plus. Give us a call for all your carpet, upholstery, and tile and grout cleaning needs. We are your healthy home specialists.
Carpet Care Plus is the right choice for your home or business. They service fabric, tile, and of course carpet, as well as much, much more. Allergens from pets? Don't sweat. Your home can be breathable yet. Call Carpet Care Plus at 740-455-6161 or go to carpetcareplusinc.com. Carpet Care Plus, your healthy home specialist.
And we are back live from the ANC Steel Center for today's pivotal OAC matchup between the Muskingum University Fighting Muskies and the Heidelberg Student Princes. Hello everyone, I am Joe Scott alongside Michael Pagano, and Keith Burns Jr. is your sideline reporter for today's game. And Michael, your quick keys to the game for this pivotal matchup.
Make sure, obviously the key to the game for the Muskies is win and get into the OAC tournament, but also key to the game, make sure Marcus Dempsey gets going. He had 29 points last time they played at Heidelberg. He was 11 of 18 from the field, so I'm looking for him to have another big game tonight. So make sure Marcus Dempsey gets going and just play your hearts out. And then for Heidelberg, try and spoil it.
Yep.
Try and spoil the senior day, try and spoil the OAC tournament bid for the Fighting Muskies, and that is exactly what I would tell them if I was Coach Kuhai.
So, interesting game coming up. Your starting lineups for both sides, starting with the Student Princes. Number 2, Prince Benson. Number 4, Kier Benny. Number 10, James Hanley. Number 13, Josh Dixon. And number 23, Myron Pruitt. Those are your starting lineups for the Student Princes. And for the Fighting Muskies, number 1, Marcus Dempsey. Number 3, Devon Pert. Number 4, Jalen Page. Number 5, Tyler Bardall. And number 23, Jacob Geller. And those are your starting lineups for both squads of this pivotal OAC game. Again, Keith Burns Jr. is your silent reporter. I am with Michael Lugano. I am Joe Scott, and we are about ready, a few seconds away from tip-off in a packed house here in the ANC Steel Center. Again, this is the last home game of the year. It is senior day, and we are about ready to roll because it will be Jake Geller against Myron Pruitt for the tip. Both teams are ready. Tip is won by the Student Princes, and we are underway from the ANC Steel Center. As Kier Benny will bring it up for the Student Princes, and they will get it to Prudence Benson in the post, being guarded by Tyler Brodell. His right hook is good to get us started here in the NC Steel Center. 2-0 lead for the Student Princes. As Jalen Page will bring it up for the Fighting Muskies. Page will get it to Devon Pert near the left wing. Pert driving. Getting to Jake Giller at the free throw line. Gets it back to Jalen Page. Back to Jake Giller. His top of the key three is good for Jake Giller, the senior, with the first 3 points for the Fighting Muskies. 3-2 advantage.
That is exactly what I want to see if you're Jake Geller. Just take your first 3 and make it, and you're going to be feeling good.
They throw it back to Prince Benson in the post. He stopped, and he has almost a nice little hook shot, but it's tipped out to Kier Benny near the right corner. Back to Myron Pruitt for the 3, and that's good for Myron Pruitt. 5-3 lead for the Student Princes off a great 3-pointer by Pruitt.
Well, Joe, we might be in for a shootout. I can already tell after the first minute and 5 seconds.
Page gets it to Jake Giller near the left wing. Page gets it to Marcus Dempsey. Dempsey has Benson on him. Dempsey gets it to Pert near the left corner. Back to Dempsey near the left wing, being guarded by Benson on the Student Princes. Dempsey, right wing. Dempsey driving. Kicks it to Jalen Page, back to Bardell. His left corner 3. Bang! For Tyler Bardell. Back-to-back 3s for the Muskies to get the thing started here. 6-5 advantage, Muskies. As the Student Prince is swinging around the court, get it to Prince Benson in the post. Benson. And we got a travel against Benson. Great defense by Bardell to turn that ball over. I
like the thinking with putting Prince Benson on Marcus Dempsey, but just because of the length, and it's going to be harder for Marcus Dempsey.
Yep.
But Marcus Dempsey's very quick, and Prince Benson is still a big man, so he might be able to work his way around him.
Jalen Page brings it up for the Muskies. He gets it to Pert near the left wing. Pert driving, kicking it back to Page near the top of the key. Page gets it to Marcus Dempsey, being guarded by Hanley of the Student Princes. Dempsey drives, gets it to Jake Gell in the post. Jake is blocked by Benson of the Student Princes, and they will bring it up to the Student Princes. Does Benny. Kicks it to Hanley. His left corner 3. Off the mark and rebounded by Pruitt of the Princess. Hits it back out to Benny. His 3-pointer, no good. And rebounded, tipped out of bounds by Devon Pert and the Muskies, and it will be Student Prince basketball.
It's already making me nervous, Joe. I mean, that is second chance points that need to not be there if you're the Fighting Muskies. And we were talking about it with how much bigger Heidelberg is than the Fighting Muskies.
As Hanley gets open for the 3-pointer, and Dempsey, I believe he's holding his hand. Might have hurt his hand on that play, and he's telling Coach Schwab that he needs out. As that 3-pointer is good, and is an 8-6 advantage for the Student Princes.
No, he said no.
Oh, okay.
Jason Peoples go back to the bench.
Yeah, he was about to bring in Peoples, but now Peoples is back on the bench. Pert gets it to Jake Geller at the top of the key. Geller gets it to Marcus Dempsey near the left wing. Dempsey being guarded by Hanley. Dempsey gets a screen from Geller. Hesitation by Dempsey. Gets it to Tyler Bordell near the right corner. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Dempsey kicks it to Page. Quick trigger 3. Almost made it to Jalen Page, but rebounded by James Hanley of the Student Princes, and we'll bring it up. Benny Pruitt back to Hanley near the left wing. Throw it to Benson in the post. Benson, turnaround Jay, no good, and finally rebounded by Marcus Dempsey of the Muskies. And Dempsey will bring it up. He will drive, and he gets bumped. Tried to draw the foul, but from behind was Benson as he blocks the shot out of bounds, and it will be Muskie basketball.
Coming in for the Student Princes is Tate Lentz, I believe.
I believe that is number 1. That is Mike Mason, the 6'8 senior from St. Edwards.
I was wrong on that one. And then 25, Chris Moxley.
Chris Moxley. And they get it to the Muskies, to Devon Pert. And he got away with a travel. Forced by Kier Benny and Student Princes, and it's a turnover for the Muskies. As Pruitt will get it to Moxley of the Student Princes, and he will bring it up. Being guarded by Jalen Page. Gets it to Hanley near the left wing. To Mason in the post, being guarded by Jake Geller. Mason trying to use that big body of his, and he got away with a travel. Great defense by Jake Geller to stand his ground, and it will be Muskie basketball.
That's going to be Geller's job all night long because he's going to be facing guys that are taller than him the whole entire night, or day, I guess.
Dempsey gets it to Page, and then Page gets it right back to Dempsey, and Dempsey will bring it up for the Muskies. Dempsey being guarded by Hanley. Gets it to Devon Pert near the left wing. Pert driving. His shot is off the mark. No good. Rebounded by the Student Princes. Benny will bring it up. Gets it back to Pruitt. Back to Hanley near the right wing. Shot fake gets Dempsey in the air, and he kicks it out to Benny for the three-pointer, and that is no good. And tip is no good by Hanley. They get it back tipped out to Mason. His shot is no good as 3 bunnies were missed by the Student Princes, and the Muskies get away with that one after the Student Princes had 3 shots to get at it.
As Micah Keith, Rashay Douglas, and Jason Peoples are all set to come into the game.
As Dempsey's pull-up J is good, and we are tied up at 8 with 15:30 remaining in the first half. And Moxley will bring it up for the Student Princes, and he gets it to Mason near the top of the key. Back to Hanley near the left wing. Gets it to Pruitt in the post, being guarded by Tyler Bardall. Pruitt. His J, I believe, might have gotten tipped by Bardall. Great defense by Tyler Bardall to force that errant shot, and they will get it to Jalen Page to the Muskies. Page driving. Gets it to a cutting Tyler Bardall. Back to Geller. His step back 3. Bang for Jake Geller. He has 2 threes on senior day. 11-8 advantage, Muskies.
He was kind of fading away as he took that shot.
Benny gets it to Moxley near the right wing, being guarded by Page. They get it to Pruitt in the post. Pruitt being guarded by Bardall. His right wing hook shot is no good and rebounded by Tyler Bardall of the Muskies, and they get it to Marcus Dempsey with 14:35 remaining in the first half. Dempsey being guarded by Hanley. Dempsey, his pull-up J is good! He got fouled on the play, and Marcus Dempsey will go to the free throw line for an and-one opportunity. 13-8 lead for the Muskies.
All right, we'll take it.
And checking in the game for the Muskies is Micah Keith, Jason Peoples, and Rashay Douglas. And for the Student Princes, I believe that is number 31, Bailey Croft.
No
as
good.
Dempsey misses that free throw. And also checking into the game is number 3, Michael Schuler for the Student Princes. Hanley gets it to Croft. Gets it back to Schuler near the left wing. Schuler gets it to Moxley near the right wing, and they throw it into Mason in the post, and yeah, they're going to get a foul for Jacob Geller for getting a hold of Mason in the post, and that'll be Jake Geller's first foul of the day. 14-14 left in the first half. Muskies up 13-8. As Brandon Keys will check into the game for the first time today for Jake Geller. Jake Geller will get a breather, and Brandon Keys has a tough task ahead of him, being guarding Mike Mason of the Princes. Hanley sees that advantage. He will throw it into Mike Mason in the post. An easy layup for Mike Mason against Brandon Keys. It's now 13-10 lead for the Muskies.
Well, that is going to be a really tough matchup for Brandon Keys, as Mike Mason is 6'8", Brandon Keys is 6 foot tall. Dempsey
almost loses it, picks up his dribble, being guarded closely by Hanley. Dempsey. His running layup is good by Marcus Dempsey. He gets the runner to go. 15-10 advantage for the Muskies. Moxley, his layup is no good, but rebounded by Brandon Keys of the Muskies, and Keys will get it to Dempsey.
Yeah, and I love the fire Brandon Keys plays with. He knows he's smaller than everybody else, but he just plays with the same fire no matter what.
Dempsey to Micah Keith. Keith driving to Peoples, back to Douglas. His left corner 3 is good by Rashay Douglas. Muskies hitting from the three-point line to start off this first half. 18-10 advantage. As Moxley bringing up for the Student Princes, he gets it to Schuler. Schuler gets a screen from Croft, and Schuler, he'll take the top corner 3, and that is good. Top of the key 3 by Schuler of the Student Princes, 18-13. Dempsey will bring it up for the Muskies. Dempsey driving. Almost wanted to do that step back. Got Stanley. Get a little feet tied up there. Nice.
Little ankle breaker there by Marcus Dempsey, but he does get the foul called. Took a hard shot to the ground as well.
Near the end of that.
But he is up and he's looking fine.
So Dempsey will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. 12:54 remaining in the first half. First free throw is good for Marcus Dempsey. And checking in the game for the Student Princes is number 13, Josh Dixon. 19-13 in favor of the Muskies. Second free throw coming up for Marcus Dempsey. Misses that one. He's missed 2 free throws so far. This Marcus Dempsey. 19-13 advantage.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic misses by him.
As he leads the team with 7. As Croft got it into Mason in the post, and Mason was able to get that shot to go. 19-15 advantage for the Muskies. Dempsey being guarded heavily by Dixon. Gets to Rashae Douglas near the left wing. Douglas looking for an open teammate, gets the keys, but Douglas, great back cut by Douglas, and he gets an and one opportunity coming up as he makes that free throw, makes that layup, and he will go to the free throw line for an and one opportunity.
Wow. That was a great pass by Brandon Keys. He put that in a really, really tight window. It looked like honestly, it looked like he threw it right over the Heidelberg guy's hand. Like I'm shocked it didn't get turned over. That was a phenomenal pass. Great play.
Free throw coming up for Douglas. His free throw is no good. And last touched by the Muskies of Jason Peoples will be Student Prince basketball. And checking back into the game for the Student Princes is Myron Pruitt. And Bailey Croft did foul Rashae Douglas, and that was his first. That's Moxley bringing up for the Student Princes. Being guarded by Mike Keith. Screened by Mason. But Moxley will keep it, kicks it out to Pruitt. His three-pointer is no good, rebounded by Mason of the Student Princes. He gets it back to Pruitt in the post, and it is good for Myron Pruitt. 21-17 advantage for the Muskies. Dempsey will bring it up. Being guarded by Dixon. Dempsey driving, step up, step back J is no good, and almost rebounded by Micah Keith as he crashed the boards, but it will be Student Prince basketball. As Moxley bring it up for the Student Princes. Being guarded by Micah Keith, he will get it to Dixon near the left wing. They throw it into Mason again. There's that disadvantage in the post, and will it be on the floor? I believe it will be on the floor before the shot. And the foul will be called against Rashae Douglas, his first of the game. And checking back into the game is Jacob Geller. Get a little height in there in the post as Student Princes are taking that advantage with the height. As they throw it into Pruitt in the post, kicks it out to Dixon, his left wing three. No good by Dixon, rebounded. Last touched by, I believe they're going to say by Micah Keith, so it'll be Student Prince basketball.
Wow, this height advantage is really starting to take a toll on the Fighting Muskies, as it's really allowing Heidelberg to get a lot of second chance points.
Schuler, right wing, gets it to Pruitt in the post, being guarded by Rashae Douglas. Pruitt kicks it out to Dixon, and he gets it to Moxley in the left wing, and they're going to throw it into Mason again. Mason, layup is no good. Great defense by Geller, but he gets his miss, and Mason is able to connect in the post. His fourth point in the game, 21-19 advantage, as the deficit is down to 2 for the Student Princes. 10:55 remaining in the first half. Keith bringing it up for the Muskies. Gets it to Dempsey. Dempsey driving. Still looking, kicks it back out to Micah Keith in the left corner. Keith, good shot fake by Keith. His shot is good by Micah Keith. Great pump fake and layup by Micah Keith. And I don't know, as the ref, some confusion there.
As Bardal, Pert, and Page all check back in for the Fighting Muskies.
So the starting five back in for the Muskies. It's now 23-19 advantage after that Micah Keith layup. Moxley will bring it back up for the Student Princes. Being guarded by Page. Gets it to Schuler near the left wing. Going to throw it into Mike Mason once again in the post. Kicks it back up to Schuler. His top of the key three is rimmed in as he got the kind roll to go. 23-22 lead for the Muskies still after that Schuler three. Page gets it to Dempsey near the right wing. Dempsey being guarded by Dixon on the Student Princes. Dempsey. Nice hesitation by Dempsey. His shot is good near the right corner. 25-22. As again, Dempsey is just able to get those tough shots to fall.
Those are the kind of shots I'm talking about too, just the fadeaways, crazy shots.
And Mason gets another layup to go against Jacob Geller, as Mason's is using that tall frame and big body in the post.
And Coach Schwab's going to take a timeout. It is going to be a 30-second timeout.
So a 30-second timeout being called by Coach Schwab, as again, Muskies ahead 25-24 with 9:34 remaining. And we're going to go down to Keith Burns, who's got an update for us. Keith, what do you got?
Looks like we got a pretty close game right now. It's back and forth. Heidelberg has played really good against Baldwin Wallace down the stretch and a couple other teams in the OAC. So they're just trying to fight for their lives out here, Joe, and they're doing a good job. Shooting really good from the three-point percentage. We're going to have to get out a little more. And Marcus Dempsey, my gosh, some hard shots he's making right now.
All right, thank you, Keith. As Dempsey is making those tough shots, as always. And timeout is over. And looking at the rebounds, as it is an advantage for the Student Princes, 13-6 in the rebounding category.
And Mike Mason has become a problem.
Pert driving. Nice shot fake by Pert, and he's able to get the layup to go, 27-24. Advantage for the Muskies. Moxley gets it to Pruitt near the top of the key, gets it back to Benny, who checked back in the game for the Student Princes. They're going to throw it again to Mike Mason in that post. And an easy layup from Mike Mason in the post once again, as he's got 6 straight points for the Student Princes.
He also has 4 rebounds.
27-26 advantage. Muskies still by 1. 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Dempsey, once again being guarded by Benny. Dempsey driving, kicks it out to Page in the left wing. Page driving, gets it out to Geller. Geller, his quick trigger 3. No good by Jake Geller, but he gets the miss, and Geller gets the layup to go, 29-26. Geller with 8 points for the Muskies. Pruitt back to Moxley, gets to Schuler. Schuler, his quick trigger 3 in front of the rim, no good, and rebounded by Jake Geller. The Muskies, big time rebound for him. They'll get it to Marcus Dempsey, and Dempsey will bring it up for the Muskies. Dempsey almost loses it again. Dempsey able to pick it up, looking for someone to throw it to. Dempsey gets it to Jalen Page in the left wing. Page gets a screen from Geller. Kicks it out to Tyler Brodell. His left corner 3, no good. And rebounded by Moxley, the Student Princes. He will bring it up quick for the Student Princes.
Oh, good play by Bardal to get the steal.
Dempsey will bring it up. Dempsey taking it. Layup is good by Marcus Dempsey. He takes it after a turnover, 31-26. Moxley gets it to Benny to the left wing. Benny directing his players, ignores the screen from Mason. And Benny may have gotten away with a little bit of a push there, but he's able to get the layup to go, making it 31-28 Muskies.
There's some hard contact on Pert there for sure.
Page bringing it up for the Muskies. Page gets it to Dempsey. As Geller was open on that roll near the top of the key, but Page not able to get it to him. But Dempsey, his pull-up 3, no good. Rebounded by Pruitt of the Student Princes, and then we'll get it to Moxley, and he will bring it up for the Student Princes. Gets it to Schuler near the left corner. Back to Moxley, back to Pruitt as they swing it around the key. Do the Student Princes get it to Benny. His pull-up, Jay, may have gotten away with a foul to Pert, but it was rebounded, I believe, by Mike Mason. He's got 8 straight points so far. 31-30 as Mike Mason has 10 points here in the first half. 6:57 remaining. We got a timeout called by, I believe, Coach Schwab, and it's a 30-second timeout. And again, Mike, that height advantage being taken advantage of for the Student Princes against this Muskie squad.
Yeah, and this is the, I mean, this is the biggest, I guess, that I've seen it happen, because they've had games where they've had some extremely tall guys, but then they've been able to fight and make it happen and just play good defense. But tonight, Mike Mason is just destroying them on the boards, destroying them, scoring almost all the points for Heidelberg. And the Fighting Muskies are going to have to try and figure something out, because right now he is dominating this game.
He has been dominating this game for the Student Princes. As the timeout is over, we're about to get things back underway. As Dempsey will throw it in and get it to Jalen Page.
As Jason Peoples comes in for the Fighting Muskies, quite a few new guys come in for Heidelberg as well, including Bailey Croft.
As well does Davey Hip. Bardal gets it to Jacob Geller near the top of the key. Geller. Another 3 for Geller. And he's not able to get that one to go. Rebounded by Student Princes as Benny takes it coast to coast, and he's able to get that layup to go. And the Student Princes regained a lead, 32-31. As Dempsey will bring it up for the Fighting Muskies. Dempsey set things up here offensively. Dempsey being guarded by Josh Dixon. Dempsey gets it to Jalen Page in the right wing. Page drives, kicks it back out to Dempsey near the left wing. Dempsey, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Dempsey. Miscommunication between him and Bardal as Bardal was about to cut, but Dempsey misread it. Turnover by the Muskies. And checking back into the game for the Muskies is Brandon Keys for Jake Geller.
And Rashay Douglas as well for Tyler Bardal.
As Hip will bring up for the Princess, gets it to Benny. Kier Benny. His pull-up J, no good, rebounded by Marcus Dempsey of the Muskies, and Dempsey will bring it up. Dempsey driving, kicks it to Jason Peoples. His left corner three. No good, but here comes Rashay Douglas for the rebound. Rashay Douglas gets it back to Brandon Keys. Shot fake by Keys. Layup no good, and finally grabbed by Kier Benny of the Student Princes. Benny will bring it up near the right wing. Benny gets a screen from Prince Benson. Benny gets it to Croft for the three, but he misses it and gets rebounded by Marcus Dempsey of the Muskies. Dempsey. His pull-up J is good by Marcus Dempsey as the Muskies regain the lead 33-32 with 5:10 remaining in this first half. Hip gets it to Dixon, who throws it into Benson as he misses the layup, and finally last touched by Kier Benny of the Student Princes as Benson missed an easy layup there on the pick and roll. So missed opportunity for the Student Princes on that one.
As Micah Keith checks in for the Fighting Muskies for Jalen Page. So he will take over as the point guard, the ball handling duties for at least the near future.
Keith being guarded by Hip, gets a screen from Keys. Keith still has it near the left wing. Keith driving, kicking out to Brandon Keys. Keith gets it to Rashay Douglas here on top of the key. Rashay Douglas driving. Him and Marcus Dempsey in that corner. Back to Keith, back to Micah Keith. Back to Dempsey, who's left open for the left wing three, and that's good by Marcus Dempsey. Big time three-pointer for him. Advantage 36-32, but Hip, his quick trigger three is good by Davey Hip, and he breaks the deficit to 1 for the Student Princes.
Yeah, and you don't see that happen very often where they leave Marcus Dempsey wide open. He usually is the one just taking a fadeaway three and making it.
And Keith draws the foul against Davey Hip of the Student Princes. That'll be Hip's first foul, and checking back to the game for the Student Princes.
Mike Mason, Michael Schuler, and I believe Myron Pruitt.
Yep, Myron Pruitt.
And then checking in for the Fighting Muskies, Jacob Geller.
Yep, I think Coach Schwab saw Mike Mason go in, and he's like, Jake, get out there to help with the height advantage.
Yeah, Mike Mason has been dominating, as we've been saying time and time again.
Douglas will get it to Dempsey to the left wing. 15 seconds on the shot clock for Dempsey. Dempsey driving, kicks it to Micah Keith in the left corner. Keith, shot fake, gets it to Rashay Douglas. He shot fake, spins by Rashay Douglas, but is swatted away by Mike Mason of the Student Princes, picked up by Davey Hip. And great interception by Micah Keith of the Muskies, and was picked up by Jason Peoples, and he will get it to Marcus Dempsey near the right wing. Dempsey being guarded by Dixon. Dempsey driving. Pull-up J is good for Marcus Dempsey. 38-35 lead for the Muskies as Dempsey has 18 points so far in this first half. Schuler gets it to Hip near the top of the key. Gets a screen from Pruitt. Gets it to Pruitt. Pruitt gets it to Mike Mason. Again, missed by Mike Mason, and we may have a jump ball here. Yep,
and
jump
it will
ball.
Be Fighting Muskies basketball.
Yeah, Fighting Muskies basketball is a jump ball between Jake Geller and Pruitt. And checking back into the game for the Student Princes is number 25, Chris Moxley. And also, Kier Benny checks back in the game for the Student Princes for Josh Dixon. As Marcus Dempsey's played this entire first half, if we look at him right now, man, he is tired. But he's going to fight it out. He's a tough kid.
Yeah, Marcus Dempsey.
He looks a little tired out there.
Yeah, but he's playing very well. You cannot take him out right now. He's got 18 of the 38 points right now.
Keith bringing up for the Muskies. Gets a screen from Jake Geller. Almost a near steal by Schuler, but Jason Peoples gets it, and he gets the kind roll default. 40-35 advantage for the Muskies. 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Moxley being guarded by Keith. Pruitt, almost a near steal, but Schuler able to come up with it. Schuler gets to Moxley. Moxley top of the key. Driving is Moxley shot fake, and he's able to get Micah Keith in the air, and Moxley is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws.
It's a tough luck foul there on Micah Keith. He was just trying to play tough D, and he gets called for the foul.
Moxley will go to the free throw line again for 2 free throws. 40-35 advantage for the Muskies. 2:46 remaining in this first half. Moxley, first free throw was good for him. 40-36. Jalen Page set the check back in for the Muskies for Micah Keith. And also Devon Pert checks back into the game for Jason Peoples.
Moxley is a 77% free throw shooter on the year.
Second free throw for Moxley is good. 40-37 deficit for the Student Princes. 2:40 remaining in this first half. Jalen Page will bring it up for the Fighting Muskies. Page gets it to Jake Geller at the top of the key. Cutting is Marcus Dempsey, and he gets the tough layup to not go, but he was fouled, and he will go to the free throw line, does Marcus Dempsey, for 2 free throws.
That would have been a very impressive,
Yeah.
that would have been impressive and one there, because he was like falling off balance, kind of just threw one up there, almost went in.
Dempsey looking for points 19 and 20 here at the free throw line. Gets the first one to go. 41-37 Muskies. Second free throw coming up for Dempsey. He gets it to go. 20 points for Dempsey. 42-37 lead for the Muskies. 2:30 remaining in this first half. Moxley will bring it up for the Student Princess. He gets it to Schuler. Schuler driving. Gets back to Moxley near the left wing, and he throws it into Pruitt in the post. Pruitt had to adjust in the air, but it was tipped by Mason for the putback, but it's no good. Rebounded by Devon Pert of the Muskies, and he gets it to Dempsey. Dempsey being guarded by Benny. Dempsey, pull-up J is good by Marcus Dempsey. Gets another tough J to fall.
Yeah, I know. He almost lost it there for a second. Was able to hold on and get the bucket.
Moxley will bring it up near the right wing. Gets a screen from Mason. Mason rolls. Moxley, turnaround J is no good. Rebound by Jake Geller of the Muskies. Gets it to Devon Pert, and he'll get it to Page. 1:45 remaining in this first half. 44-37 advantage for the Muskies. Page gets a screen from Geller. Geller rolls open for the three-pointer. Geller, no good. Rebounded not by Pruitt. He lets it roll out of bounds. And it'll be Student Prince basketball, as Josh Dixon has set the check in for the Student Princess as well.
It's Prince Benson.
So he checks back into the game for Mike Mason.
Better job there on Mike Mason that time around for the Fighting Muskies.
As Brandon Keith checks into the game for Jake Geller. Give him a breather. As Moxley will bring it up for the Student Princes. 1:30 remaining. Moxley gets it to Dixon near the left wing. Gets it to Benny near the top of the key. Benny gets a screen from Benson. Benny still keeps it. Back to Prince. Back to Dixon for the right corner three. And that rolls out for Dixon and rebounded by Devon Pert. And they will get it to Jalen Page. Page gets it back to Marcus Dempsey. Dempsey, his pull-up three. No good. Rebounded by Kier Benny of the Student Princes. 1 minute remaining in this first half. Nice pass by Kier Benny, but couldn't be held by Benson. We get a jump ball, and it will be Student Princes basketball. Benny had a nice little assist there, but Benson, I don't think he was looking for it.
Yeah, Benson got swarmed by the Muskies there, and he almost lost it before the jump ball was called.
Moxley thrown in. He gets it to Benson. Benson back to Moxley. Moxley gets it to Kier Benny. Benny driving, and I believe last touched by, hang on, we got some confusion. Okay, it will still be Muskie basketball. 51 seconds remaining. As Rashae Douglas will throw it in for the Muskies to Jalen Page. 44-37 lead for the Muskies. Page load things up here, set things up offensively. Page gets to Rashae Douglas. Douglas gets it back to Page here, top of the key. Page driving. His pull-up J is no good. Rebounded though by Brandon Keys. And he will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws as he got Benson in the air. Draws the foul.
That's what I'm talking about when I talk about the just pure hustle and pure just attitude from Brandon Keys there. I mean, he does not let anybody get in his face. He just goes in there and gets it done.
And first free throw is good for Brandon Keys, 45-37. 33 seconds remaining. Keys, second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Pruitt on Student Princes. And about a 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Moxley gets it to Benny. Benny. The Student Princes are going to hold it up here and probably at least try to get the last second shot. Benny being guarded by Douglas. Here, Benny driving, kicking it across court to Pruitt. His three-pointer is nothing but nylon for Pruitt as he gets at the fall. And oh, a bad pass by Rashae Douglas. Dixon, his three-pointer is good. Bad decision by Rashae Douglas, and Dixon picked it up and he got the three-pointer to go.
Wow. What a turn of events.
What a turn of events. Is now 45-43. And we're going to go down to Keith Burns, who has Coach Schwab for us. Keith, go.
Coach, with a back and forth first half, what do you expect out of your team going in the second half, and what do you think we can improve on?
We need to take better care of the ball. All right, we get a few too many quick shots when we've moved the ball. We've got wide open looks, so we just need to keep playing together. Defensively, their post guys are really hurting us, so we're going to have to devise a plan on how to deal with them. But overall, happy with the effort. Not happy with the way the half ended there, but we'll get better.
Well, thank you, Coach, and good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you, Keith. Interesting end to that first half, Michael, as the Muskies had it, and then two bad turnovers, and they couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking in my head. I was like, all right, it's 45-37. We got a good first half, and then boom.
I know.
A three-pointer from the
Back-to-back
corner. Throw it in. They pick it up. Almost somewhat half-court shot. 45-43.
Crazy.
And that is not how you want to end it. But they
did
play well. They did play well in that first half, and I'm assuming that end of the first half is going to make some people angry and bring them out with fire in the second half.
So we'll see what happens here coming up in the second half. But first, we have our halftime report with me and Michael. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have your halftime report. So keep it live right here on WMCO, Orbit Television, and on YouTube at Orbit Media TV.
I'm Scott, General Manager here at Carpet Care Plus. Give us a call for all your carpet, upholstery, and tile and grout cleaning needs. We are your healthy home specialists.
Carpet Care Plus is the right choice for your home or business. They service fabric, tile, and of course carpet, as well as much, much more. Allergens from pets? Don't sweat. Your home can be breathable yet. Call Carpet Care Plus at 740-455-6161 or go to carpetcareplusinc.com. Carpet Care Plus, your healthy home specialist.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
And we are back live from the ANC Steel Center as the Muskies take a 2-point lead, 45-43 at the half. Hello, everyone. I am Joe Scott, and alongside Michael Pagano and Keith Burns Jr. is your sideline reporter. And a very interesting back-and-forth first half that we had, Michael. Muskies were doing some great things, and then suddenly near the end of the first half, did some mistakes there with those bad turnovers. a solid first half so far. So we got a close game coming up here in the second half.
Yeah, and a game that shouldn't have been as close as it is right now. But at the end of the day, whether they were up by 8 or whether they're up by 2, probably wasn't going to make too much of a difference, because I feel like Heidelberg was still going to be there at the end of the game regardless. So, but yeah, just a disappointing way to end it. I mean, if you weren't with us, Heidelberg made a shot from the left corner, and then Rashay Douglas threw an errant pass in that was stolen by Heidelberg, and then Heidelberg took a almost half-court shot and beat the buzzer to make it a 45-43 game.
And that was 2 clutch back-to-back three-pointers. And Muskies were doing well, and then finally those bad turnovers led to those key points. So they're going to have to clean it up here, like Coach Schwab said. Clean the turnovers, what he says he's liking, what he's seen so far from this team. And they just got to play a little better in the second half, and you know they would definitely play better in the second half. You look at team-wise, like we said, the size in the post, man, has been dominant for the Student Princes. They got 22 total rebounds to Muskingum 17, and also 17 offensive rebounds for Heidelberg, and the Muskies are having trouble stopping them in the post.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about. More Mike Mason than Prince Benson. They've done a good job on Prince Benson, but when Mike Mason had been in there, he was playing well. I mean, he's 6 of 9 from the field. He's got 12 points. He's got 5 rebounds, 4 of those offensive. So definitely that's going to be one of those things they got to hit on going into the second half. Jacob Geller was doing a pretty good job, and Brandon Keys was getting there. Brandon Keys was getting better, but at the beginning, Brandon Keys got dominated down there. But like I said, he's gotten better, and I do expect them to really shore that up going into the second half. And another thing is Marcus Dempsey. I mean, 22 points, 9 of 13 from the field, just being Marcus Dempsey.
Being Marcus, as always. So with that, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we will have more of your halftime report and the players that stood out to us in the first half. So keep it live right here on WMCO, Orbit Television, and on YouTube at Orbit Media TV.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
As we had a very exciting and very back and forth first half, Mikey, and it's going to be interesting second half to see what happens next. And the players that stood out to us, you talked about it, Marcus Dempsey, 22 points, man. He just makes those tough shots, and it just, I don't know how he does it sometimes.
It's crazy, honestly. I mean, he takes shots that nobody else in the OAC takes. I've never seen anybody else in the OAC go out and just take the amount of difficulty shots that he does and make them as often as he does. I mean, he takes so many shots that I'm like, what are you doing taking that shot? And then it goes in. I'm like, all right, well, that works too. Like I said earlier, when he had that wide open three, he never has wide open threes. And it's weird to see him get a wide open three because he doesn't necessarily have, I guess, the prettiest stroke from three. But he's so used to fading away and shooting threes that he doesn't need to, but when he had, I mean, he still made it,
Yep.
and it's insane to watch him play, and it's been a pleasure to watch him play all season long.
Yep. And then quickly, Jacob Geller, 8 points. He's doing pretty well for himself on his senior day.
Yeah, definitely. 5 rebounds as well. So if he gets some work done in the second half, he may have a second straight double-double.
So we'll see if he will do that in the second half. And then looking at the Student Princess side of things, Mike Mason coming off the bench and putting up 12 points, and he's been unstoppable in the post.
Yeah, he has been 12 points, 5 rebounds, dominated. The first time he came in, you would have thought it was like DeAndre Jordan coming into the game.
Right?
I mean, he came in and dominated. But then the second time he came back into the game, he struggled a little bit more.
Yeah.
But like I said before, I do think the Fighting Muskies will be able to shore it up a little bit going into the second half and get some things figured out on that.
Yep.
And if they have to double team him, they have to double team him. Yep. So I have some confidence with that. But, yeah, he's definitely the guy that played the best. And then, obviously, I believe it was Josh Dixon that made that 3 in the half. So, but, yeah, so it should be an exciting second half. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, and real quickly, what are you expecting in the second half?
I expect the Fighting Muskies to win, but it probably is going to come down to the wire because it seems like all their games come down to the wire at this point.
Usually what happens.
Yeah.
All right, so with that, we're going to actually send it to Zach Kabinski in the studio. He's going to have your Orbit News update for you guys, but after he is done, he will send it right back to us for the second half action. So, Zach Kabinski, take it away.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
I'm Scott, General Manager here at Carpet Care Plus. Give us a call for all your carpet, upholstery, and tile and grout cleaning needs. We are your healthy home specialists.
Carpet Care Plus is the right choice for your home or business. They service fabric, tile, and of course carpet, as well as much, much more. Allergens from pets? Don't sweat. Your home can be breathable yet. Call Carpet Care Plus at 740-455-6161 or go to carpetcareplusinc.com. Carpet Care Plus, your healthy home specialist.
Back and forth first half here in the ANC Steel Center. Heidelberg really locked in at the three-point line, and the Muskies had a lot of help from their senior Jacob Geller, who really sparked it for the Muskies as he had some rebounds and some good shots. And Marcus Dempsey is just lighting up the scoreboard right now as he's making a lot of tough shots on and off the dribble. And it looks like they're going to continue to look to go to him in the second half, as this is a huge pivotal game in OAC play, as if we do win this, we will lock in and get in the OAC tournament. So I'm very excited for the next half, and I know Joe and Michael will too, and we're going to send it back to Joe and Michael up in the studio.
$150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I know,
that
I
was.
heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
$150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
And we are back live from the ANC Steel Center as we have second half underway with the Muskies ahead 45-43. I am Joe Scott alongside Michael Pagano and Keith Burns Jr. is your sideline reporter as Myron Pruitt ties it up at 45. 19:30 remaining in the ballgame. And Page will bring it up for the Fighting Muskies. Page takes it near the left wing. Page gets it to Jake Geller. Geller gets it back to Pert. Pert, his pull-up J, no good, but rebounded by Jake Geller of the Muskies. His turnaround J is no good, and a rebounded by Prince Benson of the Student Princes.
The good thing, though, is although they've missed all three of their shots coming out of the half, all three of the shots have been very makeable shots. So it's good that they're getting shots that are makeable, they just haven't made them yet.
Kier Benning gets it to Prince Benson. Stanley throws it in the post to Pruitt, great strip. Near strip by Geller, and they were able to get the loose ball to the Muskies, and Page will get it for the Muskies, and he will bring it ahead. Gets it to Bardal. His left wing three. Bang for Tyler Bardal. 48-45 advantage. Muskies. As Kier Benning will bring it up for the Student Princes near the left wing. Gets a screen from Prince Benson, does Benning. Prince Benson rolls left open in the post, but Bardal picks it back up. Back to Dixon near the right corner. Dixon throws it back to Benson in the post. Benson, right hook is no good, but rebounded by Devon Pert of the Muskies, and he will bring it up. Does Devon Pert. Pert will hold up near the right wing. Driving Pert. Tough layup is good by Devon Pert, and an and one opportunity coming up for Devon Pert after a great take to the rack.
And that's exactly what we want to see because I mean, you talked about it a little bit. Devon Pert had a quiet first half, didn't get much going, and it's good to see him coming out and having a vocal point on him. So he gets the N1, and he makes the free throw.
N1 opportunity is good for Devon Pert. 51-45 lead for the Muskies. 17:55 remaining. As Benny will bring it up for the Student Princes, gets it to Josh Dixon. Dixon, pull up J. From the rim, no good. Rebounded by Tyler Bardal of the Muskies, and they get it to Devon Pert. And he will get it to Jalen Page. Page will get it to Marcus Dempsey as they cross half court. Dempsey being guarded by Hanley. Dempsey taking it. Tough layup is no good by Dempsey. He tried to get the scoop layup to go, but is rebounded by the Student Princess, and the Student Princess will get it to Kier Benny, who kicks to Josh Dixon in the left corner. Dixon back to Pruitt. His top of the key three. No good, and rebounded by Benson. Putback is no good. Rebounded by Tyler Bardal of the Muskies, and they get it to Devon Pert. Pert, right wing, gets to Jalen Page at the top of the key. Page driving. Gets to Bardal near the right wing. Bardal back to Pert. Pert hesitating, driving. Tough shot is no good by Devon Pert, and rebounded by Pruitt of the Student Princess, and they get it to Benny. Benny skips it ahead to Josh Dixon in the left corner. Dixon's three is good by Josh Dixon, 51-48. And it looks like we may have a delay of game call. Yep, called by the refs, by the Student Princess, and substitutions coming in for the Student Princess.
Mike Mason and Michael Schuler.
So Mike Mason has checked back into the ball game as he has 12 points to lead the Student Princess in scoring. As Page will throw it in, he will get it to Devon Pert. Pert will take it for the Muskies as he is left alone. Pert will walk it up near the right wing. As Pert will get it to Dempsey. Dempsey being guarded by Hanley. Dempsey driving, kicks it to Bardal. Right corner three for Tyler Bardal is good by Tyler Bardal. He had a hand in the face and he still drilled the three-pointer.
I thought it got tipped there for a second, but it didn't get tipped because it still went in.
54-48 advantage Muskies, 16:20 remaining. James Hanley throws it into Mike Mason in the post, being guarded by Geller, and Mike Mason able to get that hook shot to go. His 12th point of the game.
14th point.
14th, there we go. Dempsey will bring it up for the Muskies. 54-50 lead. Dempsey driving. Kicks it to Tyler Bardal again in the right corner. Does not take the shot. Gets it back to Page. Back to Pert near the top of the key. Pert driving. Was looking for Geller in the post, but it was tipped out of play by the Student Princess, and it will be Muskie basketball.
As Jason Peoples comes in, but there is a timeout by the Fighting Muskies. It will be
30-second.
30-second timeout.
Yep, called by Coach Schwab of the Muskies. 54-50 lead for the Muskies. 15-47 lead, and not a bad start to the first half so far for the Muskies, Mike.
Yeah, not bad at all. 54-50. They're doing a good job. They're getting a lot of good shots. Some of them aren't falling quite yet, but they're doing a good job of keeping Heidelberg away from getting easy shots. So I'm looking for them to keep doing what they're doing because what they're doing is working right now.
And again, the post play by Mike Mason has given the Muskies some struggles, as we will see if they will be able to stop him in the post here in the second half.
That is due just to the sheer size of Mike Mason. He's just a big dude. Kind of looks like DeAndre Jordan, too.
A little bit. As Dempsey thrown into Jake Geller, and Geller will get it to Marcus Dempsey. He's got 6 seconds left on shot clock. Dempsey, I think he was looking for Geller, but not able to connect with Geller, and they get it to Moxley as he checks into the game for the Student Princess, and he gets his jumper to go as they cut the deficit to 2, 54-52. Page will bring it up for the Muskies. Page driving. Near the right wing, gets it to Jake Geller. His top of the key jump shot is good by Jacob Geller. He connects. 56-52 advantage Muskies. As Chris Moxley bringing up for the Student Princess, gets a screen from Mason. Mason rolls to the basket, being guarded by Geller in the post. Mason, as Bardal did reach against Mason, and Mason, I believe he was in the act of shooting, and he was, and he will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws with 15 minutes remaining.
There's not much you can do about that at all. I mean, he just kind of just
barreled his way through there.
Made sure he got fouled on that play.
Mason, first free throw. No good.
I was going to say, he's not a great free throw shooter.
54%.
55, yeah.
And checking in the game for the Muskies is Rashae Douglas for Tyler Bardal. Second free throw coming up for Mason. No good, and no harm done for the Muskies as Geller gets the rebound, and he will get it to Marcus Dempsey. 56-52, less than 15 minutes remaining. Dempsey driving. Gets it to Jason Peoples in the left corner. Peoples kicks it out to Jalen Page in the right wing. Page gets a screen from Geller. Geller. Great take by Page, but he misses the layup. Rebounded by the Student Princess, and Chris Moxley will bring it up. Kicks it out to Hanley, who kicks it to Croft, was left open at the top of the key and nearly stripped.
Oh, geez, looked like he traveled almost there for a second, but they didn't call it, and then now he goes to the free throw line.
Yeah, he's going to go through the line. I think Jake Geller, I heard a lot of hand on that one by Jake Geller. And so Bailey Croft will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws.
He's also not a great free throw shooter, though, but he doesn't take a lot of free throws.
First free throw. Rims in for Bailey Croft, making it 56-53. Micah Keith checks into the ball game for the Muskies, and for the Student Princes, Josh Dixon. Second free throw attempt for Bailey Croft is good, cutting the deficit to 2 for the Student Princes. 56-54 lead. Muskies, 14:30 remaining as Dempsey will bring it up. Dempsey driving. Kicks it to Jason Peoples in the right corner. Back to Dempsey, back near the right wing. Dempsey being guarded by Dixon. Dempsey driving. Skips it ahead to Rashae Douglas in the left corner. His three-pointer, no good, and rebounded by Schuler. He got knocked down in the play. Foul is drawn, and it will be a go. It will go against Jason Peoples.
I was going to say, I think that's who it was going to go against, was Jason Peoples.
His first of the game. As Croft will throw it in to Chris Moxley for the Student Princes, and Moxley will bring it up near the left wing, being guarded by Micah Keith. Gets a screen from Mike Mason. Does Moxley. His pull-up J is good, and he ties it up at 56. 13:50 remaining. Dempsey brings it up for the Muskies. Dempsey, he has 22 on the day. Dempsey, pull-up J. Yeah, he got fouled on that one, and Dempsey is going to go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Dempsey, tied at 56.
And Dempsey, normally a good free throw shooter.
First free throw is good for Dempsey, putting the Muskies ahead, 57-56. Second free throw for Dempsey is good, 58-56, giving him 24 points on the day. Chris Moxley brings it up for the Student Princes. Moxley being guarded by Keith. Driving, and Moxley ties it up at 58 once again. Chris Moxley with 8 points on the day. Dempsey. Oh, great steal by Josh Dixon. He's going to go in with the easy layup, giving the Student Princes the lead, 60-58.
I thought for sure they're going to try and dunk that.
Micah Keith will bring it up for the Muskies. Keith gets it to Jake Geller near the top of the key. Geller gets it as he will drive. Jake Geller swings it ahead to Rashae Douglas near the right wing. Douglas takes it in, and he is fouled by Mike Mason. And Rashae Douglas will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws after that take. As we have 13 minutes exactly remaining in this ball game. Muskies down 60-58. Rashae Douglas, first free throw is good. As it gets real quiet in the NC Steel Center, I do too. And checking in the game for the Student Princes,
Myron Pruitt, I believe.
Myron Pruitt. And also, number 4, Kier Benning checks back into the ball game. Rashae Douglas, second free throw coming up, looking to tie it up here. And he gets it to go. We are tied at 60. That is Rashae Douglas' 7th point of the game. Moxley, being guarded by Keith once again, gets a screen from Mike Mason. Jumper is no good, but rebounded by Mike Mason in the post, and great defense by Micah Keith to get that strip against Mason, but it was last touched by Micah Keith, and it will be Student Princes basketball.
Yeah, that happens a lot for Micah Keith. He always seems to be in the right spot. He's just not able to grab the ball.
Moxley throws it into Mike Mason, being guarded by Jake Geller in the post. Gets it back to Moxley. That's Mason. Moxley driving. And one opportunity coming up for Chris Moxley. He was fouled by Micah Keith. 62-60. And one opportunity coming up. And after that, Jalen Page comes in for Micah Keith. That'll be Micah Keith's second foul. 12:43 remaining. Moxley with an and one opportunity coming up.
Tyler Bardal and Devon Pert getting set to come back in.
And Moxley gets the free throw to go, as the starting five is back into the game for the Muskies, as Student Princes take a 63-60 lead after that and one conversion. Dempsey being guarded by Dixon. Dempsey driving, pull up three-pointer, no good by Marcus Dempsey, and rebounded by Chris Moxley of the Student Princes, and he will bring it up for the Student Princes. Moxley drives, layup is no good, rebounded by Jake Geller of the Muskies, and he gets it to Devon Pert. Pert bringing it ahead for the Muskies. Pert gets a screen from Geller. Pert still keeping it. Looking for help as Pert gets it to Jake Geller. Geller driving, spinning. Great shot fake by Geller, and he gets the layup to go. Great offensive moves by Jake Geller to get that layup. 63-62 lead now for the Student Princes. Mason to Dixon near the right wing. Gets it to Pruitt in the post, being guarded by Bardal. And Pruitt misses the layup, and finally picked up by Devon Pert of the Muskies. And it looks like Jalen Page is going to slow things down here and get it to Dempsey. Dempsey with 11:30 remaining. Dempsey being guarded by Dixon. Gets it to Tyler Bardal. Bardal driving near the right wing. Gets it back to Jake Geller at the top of the key. Geller being guarded by Mike Mason. Geller, pull up Jay. No good, and rebounded by Chris Moxley of the Student Princes. Moxley driving. He's going to take it all the way. 65-62 advantage for the Princes, and Coach Schwab takes a timeout.
Yeah, this
looks like
this. Oh yeah, this Heidelberg defense really cracked down.
They have been. And it is a full timeout, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more of your second half action right here on the Orbit 90.7.
I'm Scott, General Manager here at Carpet Care Plus. Give us a call for all your carpet, upholstery, and tile and grout cleaning needs. We are your healthy home specialists.
Carpet Care Plus is the right choice for your home or business. They service fabric, tile, and of course carpet, as well as much, much more. Allergens from pets? Don't sweat. Your home can be breathable yet. Call Carpet Care Plus at 740-455-6161 or go to carpetcareplusinc.com. Carpet Care Plus, your healthy home specialist.
And we are back live from the ANC Steel Center as the Muskies are down 65-62 to the Student Princes. I am Joe Scott, along with Mike Pagano and Keith Burns as your sideline reporter. We got 11:09 remaining. Mike and the Student Princes have been taking this one away so far, and they've been attacking the basket and getting easy layups.
Yeah, I mean, this offense has really started to click for them. And then, like I said, the Heidelberg defense has really started to crack down. And, I mean, they're shutting down Marcus Dempsey so far in this half. And when you shut down Marcus Dempsey, you shut down most of this Muskingum offense.
Yep. As Dempsey will throw it in to Devon Pert. And Pert gets it back to Dempsey. And Dempsey will bring it up for the Muskies. And we got 11 minutes remaining in this ball game. OAC tournament implications on the line. Dempsey driving, kicking to Jalen Page. His right wing three is good by Jalen Page, and we are tied at 65.
That's one of those guys that you might want to start getting some more shots because he's a guy you don't expect to get a lot of shots.
And that is Jalen Page's first points of the game. And turnover by the Student Princes picked up by Devon Pert of the Muskies, and they'll get it to Jalen Page, and he'll get it to Marcus Dempsey, and Dempsey will bring it up and set things up offensively. Gets a screen from Jake Geller. Dempsey being guarded by Josh Dixon. Dempsey, pull up Jay. Front of the rim, no good, and rebounded by Josh Dixon and the Student Princes. No, excuse me, Kier Benny. Benny gets it to Moxley. Moxley, his pull-up three-pointer. Nothing but nylon for Chris Moxley.
That is one guy that's starting to get really hot. He's starting to get very, very hot.
Moxley, 16 points here in this ball game.
As he only had 2 at halftime.
68-65 lead. Geller, his three-pointer. way off the mark and rebounded once again by Chris Moxley. Moxley will bring it up for the Student Princess. Moxley Wick looking to take this one coast to coast. And he gets a tough layup to go. Does Chris Moxley, giving him 18 on the day.
Yeah, he's starting to really heat up.
Yep. Lead back up to 5 for the Student Princes. 70-65. 9:30 remaining. Pert gets it to Jake Geller at the free throw line. Geller looking for a cutting Mark Dempsey, but Geller takes the jumper, and that's good by Jake Geller. 70-67 advantage for the Student Princes, and that's Jake Geller's 15th point of the day.
Always enjoyed watching Jake Geller shoot. He has got such a pretty stroke.
And we got an illegal screen set by Prince Benson of the Student Princes. I believe that will be Benson's second foul of the game. Yep, second foul for Prince Benson. And so Mike Mason checks back into the game. And also for the Student Princes is James Hanley. And Brandon Keys checks into the game for the Muskies. And we got a timeout called by Coach Andy Buhai. And I believe it is a full timeout. So we're going to go to Keith Burns. And Keith has a little update analysis for us. Keith, what do you got?
It's a very close game so far. The Muskies are trying to get their way back and tie up the ball game. It looks like Marcus Dempsey is struggling a little bit this half, and like Michael said, when you do that, you do slow down this offense. Heidelberg right now, they're just kind of getting to sync, shooting good shots. I expect the Muskies to tighten down a little bit on defense with 9 minutes remaining at home, knowing that this is a win-or-go-home game, Mike.
All right. Thank you, Keith, for that analysis. Again, he said it perfectly. Win or go home, and that's the mentality they got to have here in this last 9:09.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I mean, I'm expecting him to start playing a little bit better here. But, yeah, it's just weird because when Marcus Dempsey's not making these crazy shots, you're so used to seeing him make these shots that when he isn't, it's almost unheard of.
Yep. He's one of those players that are able to make those tough shots, and it's crazy what he's been able to do this past season. Dempsey is leading all scorers with 24, and a person that's having a great second half right now is Chris Moxley, and the Muskies haven't been able to stop him yet.
Yeah, I mean, he has 16 points in this half, 18 in the game.
Yeah.
And he's just doing whatever he wants. I mean, it's kind of come out of nowhere, too. He's got a really quick release, and he's showing why he should maybe be a starter coming into the next few games.
Yeah, he's got 18 off the bench, that's Chris Moxley. As Dempsey will bring it up for the Muskies, we got 9 minutes remaining. Dempsey kicks it to Devon Pert. Pert, yep, travel. As Devon Pert will turn the ball over for the Muskies, and it'll be Student Prince basketball. As Myron Pruitt will throw it in for the Student Princes, and he will get it to Chris Moxley. Moxley, being guarded by Page, gets it to Pruitt near the left wing. Back to Hanley, gets it to Mike Mason in the post, being guarded by Brandon Keys. Mason, turnaround, no good. And rebounded finally by the Muskies as Tyler Baudal saves it and gets it to Dempsey. 70-67 advantage for the Muskies. Page, driving. Still at the left wing, gets it to Brandon Keys up top of the key. Keys gets it to Baudal. Baudal, driving. Near the left wing, gets it back to Devon Pert at the top of the key. Pert, he takes a three-pointer. And that's good by Devon Pert, and he ties it up at 70.
And that is something you don't see Devon Pert do very often, is take three-pointers, but he took it and he made it.
We are tied up 70, 8 minutes remaining. Pruitt gets to Mike Mason near the right wing. Mason back to Moxley near the right wing. Moxley throws it in the Pruitt in the post. Being guarded by Baudal. Pruitt, his step around Jay is good by Myron Pruitt, and he takes the lead for the Student Princes, 72-70. Page being guarded by Moxley. Page will bring it up near the left wing, and he will get it to Marcus Dempsey. And yeah, that should be a defensive foul on Hanley, as he just ran over Page, and he picks up the foul, and I believe that will be his third of the game for James Hanley. And Moxley will check out of the game, and he'll be subbed in for James Dixon, Josh Dixon. Page will throw it in, and he will get it to Marcus Dempsey with 15 on the shot clock. Dempsey gets a screen from Keys. Dempsey driving, kicks it out to Tyler Baudal. His left corner three, no good. Rebounded by Hanley of the Student Princess, and he gets it to Benny. Benny driving, gets it to Mike Mason. Almost got to Mike Mason. Mike Mason not able to handle it. Picked up by Hanley, and they get it to Pruitt for the three-pointer. No good. And rebounded by Tyler Bardall by the Muskies. He's able to save it, and they get it to Jason Peoples, who gets it back to Page. Great hustle by both teams. Dempsey gets the Page in the right wing. Page back to Dempsey near the top of the key. Page. Pull back three-pointer. No good, and rebounded by Kier Benny. And he will bring it up for the Student Princes. Benny gets it to Dixon. Dixon kicking it to Pruitt. Back to Hanley near the left corner. Kicking out to Dixon. Dixon three-pointer, no good, and rebounded finally by Hanley of the Student Princes. And he will get it to Josh Dixon near the left wing and get it back to Kier Benny, who will set things off offensively. Benny gets it to Hanley in the right wing, and they'll throw it into Mike Mason in that post, being double-teamed by Keys and Bardall. Throws it into Pruitt in the post, and he gets that easy layup to go as he took advantage of the mismatch between him and Bardall. 4-point lead for the Student Princes, 74-70, 6 minutes remaining. Dempsey driving, kicking it to Brandon Keys, and he is swatted by Pruitt, but back to Dempsey near the right corner. Dempsey will slow things up, and he looks like he has a mismatch against Mike Mason. Dempsey. He's looking to take this one-on-one. Dempsey driving, kicking it to Tyler Bardall near the left wing, but he misses the runner and finally picked up by Josh Dixon of the Student Princes. He gets it to Kier Benny. Benny gets it to Pruitt. And we're going to have 3 seconds, yep, on the offense on Mike Mason. That's a turnover for the Student Princes. And checking back into the game for the Muskies is Jake Geller and Rashay Douglas. 5:22 remaining. And also checking back in the game for the Student Princes for Mike Mason is Prince Benson. And Page will throw it in to Marcus Dempsey. And Dempsey will bring it up and get it back to Jalen Page. Page gets it to Rashay Douglas in the right wing. Gets it to Dempsey. Dempsey sees a lane, takes a fadeaway jumper, no good. Almost rebounded by Jason Peoples, but rebounded by Kier Benny. Another Student Princes, and Benny. Pull up three-pointer is good for Kier Benny, as the lead is now up to 7 with less than 5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and this is probably the most I've seen Marcus Dempsey get shut down all season long.
Dempsey's still sitting on 24. He hasn't scored in probably the last 6 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes. Dempsey, turnaround J is good, and after I said that, he gets the shot to go, and he has 26.
I think he just needed to see it go in the basket again.
Deficit down to 5, 77-72. Moxley. His running layup is no good, and rebounded by Geller, who saves it to Dempsey. Dempsey will try to take this one coast to coast, and he gets, does not get the layup to fall. Thought he got fouled on the play. Rebounded by the Student Princes, and Moxley will bring it up for the Student Princes, and he sees a lane and takes it. Lead back up to 7. 79-72, 4 minutes remaining. Muskies lose. They may be out of the OAC tournament. They win, they're in. Page, Keller, top of the wing. Three-pointer is good for Jacob Geller. Deficit is down by 4, and Coach Schwab calls a timeout for the Muskies.
And wow.
And we are going to go down to Keith Burns Jr. with an update. Keith, what do you got?
Big three-pointer by Jacob Geller. Great game so far. He's really done a good job of keeping this intensity up, especially on senior day. And Michael did mention something about Marcus, struggling this half. He did get taped up, and it looks like his left hand might be bothering him a little bit.
All right, so left hand injury possibly for Marcus Dempsey.
And that's what we saw earlier in the game, though.
Yeah,
we saw that when he got hurt, but then he waved off Coach on taking him out and said he was good to go. And maybe that is coming up to bite him right now.
So, but Dempsey is a right-handed shooter, but it seems like he hasn't been affected that much yet. But, again, 3:53 remaining. Great clutch three-pointer by Jacob Geller. 79-75, and he's got 18 points again, and Jake Geller's having a solid night on his senior day.
Yeah, I mean, he has had a solid 2 nights in a row. I mean, my goodness, has he been playing well. He looks like he's going to get that double-double as well, as he has 9 rebounds. So, good night for Marcus Dempsey. Or not, well, good night for Marcus Dempsey as well, but good night for Jacob Geller.
3:53 remaining. It'll be Student Princess basketball. 2 timeouts for the Muskies, while the Student Princes have 4. As Pruitt will throw it into Moxley for the Student Princes, and Moxley will bring it up. Being guarded by Page, gets it to Benny. Benny driving. Back to Hanley to the left wing, sees Mike Mason in that post again. Mike Mason, turnaround is good for Mike Mason as he took advantage in the post. Lead back up to 6. 81-75. And Mike Mason, he's
got 16.
16. Geller, pump fake against Mike Mason. Geller driving, kicks it out to Rashay Gillis. Back to Jason Peoples, his left corner 3. Bang! 81-78. Deficit 3. 3:10 remaining. Moxley gets it to Pruitt near the top of the key, and then get it to Hanley near the right wing. Hanley back to Moxley. His top of the key three-pointer is rimmed out. And last touch by Mike Mason of the Student Princes. Moxley almost got that one to fall, but it rimmed out. And it will be Muskie basketball as Devon Pert checks back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that one was going down. I mean, Moxley's been making everything in his half, but he didn't get the roll, and that's good for the Muskies.
Page will bring it up. Near the left wing, Page gets it to Jake Geller at the top of the key. Geller may take this one against Mason. Geller drives. Layup is no good, but here comes Pert with the putback. And we are at a 1-point game with 2:40 remaining. 81-80 advantage for the Student Princes.
That is what I'm talking about right there.
Moxley, right wing, being guarded by Page. To a rolling Mike Mason. And stripped by Jake Geller. Great defense by Jake Geller against Mike Mason. Devon Pert picks it up. Devon Pert may take this one coast to coast, and he is fouled by Pruitt. And this is going to send Pert to the free throw line for 2 free throws.
Wow, what a change of events.
Again, 81-80 lead for the Student Princes. Pert going to go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. And that was a foul against Myron Pruitt, his first of the game. Pert, free throw is good, and we are tied at 81. And checking into the game for the Student Princes is Prince Benson for Mike Mason. Second free throw for Devon Pert to give the Muskies the lead. And he connects. 82-81 advantage for the Muskies. 2:20 remaining. Win and you're in.
Lose and you are potentially out.
And foul by Devon Pert against Prince Benson. Thought he got all ball. Did Pert, or he thought he had his hands all the way up. It's going to send Prince Benson to the free throw line for 2 free throws. And that's only Devon Pert's first foul of the game. But Prince Benson,
73%.
73.
But doesn't take a lot of them.
So 2.
And you never know with the big guys.
2 clutch free throws coming up for Prince Benson. Benson, first free throw is good, and he ties it up at 82. As Tyler Bardall checks back into the game for Devon Pert. Pert, as he had that putback layup in those 2 free throws. Benson's second free throw is good, and he gives the Student Princes the lead, 83-82, and we got a timeout called.
30-second timeout.
By Andy Buhai, and it's a 30-second timeout. We got 2:12 remaining here, Michael, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here in this last 2:12, and we're going to go send it down to Keith Burns, man. We got an exciting 2:12 coming up, Keith.
Yeah, exciting 2:12. It's a nail biter right now in the ANC Steel Center. I'm going to guess right now, 2:12 remaining. I think, Geller's been shooting pretty good, so I'd say they'd have a play for Geller on a down screen or something, or possibly one-on-one isolation basketball for Marcus Dempsey.
So we'll see if Keith's prediction comes true, because Geller, he's having a solid day so far. in the post against those post players, and he's been shooting the ball very well, has Jake Geller. Again, Jake Geller, senior day, the senior doing what seniors do on their senior day, having a solid game.
Having a very solid game. Very solid 2-game stretch for Jacob Geller.
Page, right wing, gets a screen from Geller. Does not get it to Page, but gets to Jason Peoples near the right wing. Peoples driving, gets it back to Page. Shot fake by Page. Gets it to Jake Geller in the post. Geller's layup is good. 84-83. Geller, back-to-back 20-point games for Jacob Geller. We got a minute 45 remaining. Muskies ahead, 84-83. Benny for the Student Princes. Gets it to a rolling Prince Benson in the post. Benson looking to use that height advantage against Bardal. Benson, turnaround layup is good by Prince Benson. Great post moves by him. Lead retaken by the Student Princes. Minute 25 remaining. 85-84 advantage Student Princes. Page gets it to Marcus Dempsey. And Dempsey maybe looking for the shot here is Marcus Dempsey. Dempsey driving. Kick it to Jason Peoples for the left corner. Back to Page. Back to Geller. Geller, three-pointer. Front of the rim, no good. Geller almost had it. But Moxley brings it back up. Benny is wide open in the corner. And he drills the three-pointer. Lead back up to 4 with less than a minute remaining. Dempsey drives. Layup is good by Marcus Dempsey. Deficit is now 2. 28 points for Marcus Dempsey. Muskies need a stop here.
Need a stop. Big time right here.
Moxley getting directions from Coach Buhai. Moxley driving against Jalen Page. Moxley misses it and rebounded. Last touch by Moxley, and that'll be Muskie basketball. We got 30 seconds left. Shot clock is turned off.
Wow. What a game this has turned into.
88-86 lead for the Student Princes. All right, Keith. We got 30 seconds left, my man. What are you seeing?
I think we're going to see a little bit of the same thing we saw the other day. The shot clock will be off. I expect the Muskies, I mean, you probably shoot as quick as you can, but I wouldn't be surprised if we came down and took a last-second shot. Could be a three-pointer. This is a fun game. This is what you want coming down to the last game of the season. You know, win or go home. 86-88 shows a lot of adversity, and I'm excited.
As are we, Keith. 30 seconds remaining. Now the shot clock this time we know is turned off.
Yep.
As again, the confusion on Wednesday with the shot clock. 30 seconds coming up. Muskies down by 2. What are you thinking here, Mike? What are you thinking? Maybe, I would say shoot with some time left just in case you need a rebound.
I agree with that, but I also say don't go for the 3.
I'd say try and tie it up.
Normally, I would say Marcus Dempsey all day, but he's really struggled in the second half, so I don't know I wouldn't be opposed to Jacob Geller.
Screen and roll by Geller at the three-point line. He's been doing very nicely at the three-point line today.
Yeah, I mean, if you might as well put the game in your seniors' hands if you want to. So, I don't know. They have some options. I'd say it's going to be Geller or Dempsey for sure, though.
And here we go. Dempsey will get it to Page. Prince is going a little full-court pressure here. 25 seconds. Again, shot clock is turned off. Page gets it to Dempsey. Left wing. Dempsey gets a screen from Geller. Dempsey. Three-pointer. No good, but rebounded by Jalen Page. Page to Peoples. No good. Fouled and rebounded by Pruitt. 6.5 seconds remaining, and Myron Pruitt's going to go to the free throw line. Oh, no, there was only 16 fouls on the Muskies.
Wow. Interesting shot selection.
Oh.
Interesting shot selection. Kind of a fadeaway type 3 from Marcus Dempsey. A good 3, though, from Jason Peoples. He just missed it.
Hanley will throw it into Moxley, and that will be team foul number 7.
Wow.
That's only a 17th foul. Muskies haven't fouled a lot this entire game. And we got a 1-and-1 opportunity coming up. There's 5.4 seconds left.
They have timeout.
They got 1 timeout left through the Muskies.
So
Student Princess got 3. Again, 2-point game here. 88-86 as Geller will sub back in for Rashay Douglas, probably offense for defense. As Keys is checking back to the game for Devon Pert, probably for rebounding purposes. Case Moxley misses these free throws.
Here we go.
Moxley, first free throw. Again, this is a 1-and-1. Moxley's first free throw is good. He drains it. 89-86,
Here's the big
lead.
one. Here is the big one.
If he makes it, it's a 4-point lead, but the Muskies aren't out of it yet as Coach Buhai calls a timeout. Probably this will be a full timeout. 5.4 seconds remaining. And Keith, almost, buddy, almost. What do you think, man?
Well, 5 seconds remaining. Obviously, this free throw needs to be missed. So the possible fate of the Muskie season comes down to a free throw right here. I know Coach Schwab has already told the refs over here at the sideline if a miss comes up, he wants the timeout immediately. Yeah. So, and then they'll get to advance the ball past half court. But it'll be interesting to see what happens on this free throw.
All right, thank you, Keith. So interesting. See what's going to happen here. Moxley, what is he on the season? He's a 76% guy, around 80, so he's a clutch free throw shooter. 5.4 seconds remaining. He makes his free throw. I mean, Muskie's got to get a quick 3 up.
Yeah,
a quick foul. And they're not out of it yet.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough.
They need this to be missed. I still think it's interesting how they went about that shot earlier. I mean, they went for the 3. Didn't even look like they were thinking about going for a 2. All right, here we go.
Here we go. All right. Again, Chris Moxley, who's having a great game so far. He's got 21 points. Going to go to the free throw line, shoot his second free throw. 5.4 seconds remaining. All right, here we go. Chris Moxley, second free throw. Is good, and he is able to convert. 4-point lead for the Princes. And Muskie's got to get something quick here. And Dempsey misses it, and that is the ball game as the Student Princes come to the NC Steel Center on Senior Day and get away with a big win, 92-86. And Muskies not able to come away with the victory.
Yeah, disappointing loss.
Tough loss.
Tough loss.
Tough loss for the Muskies. So the win in the end mentality, not what the Muskies wanted. Now, basically right now, Muskies sit and wait for tonight because the seeding is announced tonight.
Yep, they put the fate of their season in other teams. And if you know anything about sports, that is not what you want.
You do not want the fate of other teams in your hands.
So very disappointing, heartbreaking. These last 2 games have been heartbreaking.
They have been.
These last 2 games have made me stress out, and I'm not even on the team.
Exactly.
So, you know, it's crazy.
Crazy indeed as the Muskies fall to the Student Princes 92-86. And with that, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we will have your post-game report with me and Michael Bogano. So keep it right here on the Orbit 90.7.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
I'm Scott, General Manager here at Carpet Care Plus. Give us a call for all your carpet, upholstery, and tile and grout cleaning needs. We are your healthy home specialists.
Carpet Care Plus is the right choice for your home or business. They service fabric, tile, and of course carpet, as well as much, much more. Allergens from pets? Don't sweat. Your home can be breathable yet. Call Carpet Care Plus at 740-455-6161 or go to carpetcareplusinc.com. Carpet Care Plus, your healthy home specialist.
And we are back live from the ANC Steel Center as the Muskies fall to the Student Princes 90-86. Hello, everyone. I am Joe Scott. And alongside me is Michael Pagano with today's call. And Keith Burns Jr. was your sideline reporter. And, man, Michael, tough loss for the Muskies today. When they were going to be in the OAC tournament automatically, and now they have to sit and wait tonight.
Yeah. Disappointing loss. I mean, they were looking good.
They were.
But you know what happened that I just thought of? I didn't think it was going to come back to bite them, but it was that last stretch at the end of the first half.
Ah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, they were up 45-37. You're feeling good about yourself. 3 by Kier, 3 by Kier Benny, and then a mishap with the inbounds.
And then
3
Josh
by
Dixon.
Josh Dixon, 45-43.
Yep.
You lose by 4 points. You don't give up that second 3.
Exactly.
You potentially win the game.
And that could have been the play.
Yeah.
That bites them in the butt here with everything going on in the OAC right now, as this was a pivotal game here in the OAC. Like we said, they win and they were in, but now Muskies got to sit and wait. But Heidelberg, I believe, they won, so that helps them catapult them into the OAC tournament as well. So it was a big game for both teams, just not enough for the Muskies to pull it out. And the Student Princes had a great game plan coming in, and they put it in the post, and their post players went to work tonight.
Yeah, they did. Mike Mason, 16 points, 6 rebounds. Chris Benson, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Myron Pruitt had a good game as well, 14 points, 4 rebounds. So those 3 guys really took it to the Muskies inside, as they had 44 rebounds to the Fighting Muskies 32. So out-rebounded by a good amount. 11 offensive rebounds by the Student Princes. So all around, just a disappointing game. A game I was not expecting to go like that. It's crazy.
Yep.
So
a tough loss at home for the Muskies. Also on senior day, as Jake Geller was the lone senior in his last home game of the year for the squad, and you can't complain. The senior gave it all that he had, and just wasn't enough today.
Yeah, he had 19 points, 9 rebounds, almost got his second straight double-double. He definitely gave it his all, played his heart out. They all played their hearts out. It's just, I don't know, not a lot to say. I mean, if you're Coach Schwab, it's just got to be disappointing, because just over his 3 years in general, they've had so many close losses. It's insane. I mean, I remember my freshman year, they won 5 or 6 games, but a lot of the games they lost were really close. So it's just, they still have not quite been able to get over the hump, but they are so close.
Yep, and another close loss tonight to the Student Princes, 90-86. And with that, we're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more of your post-game report with me and Mike Pagano live here on WMCO, Orbit Television, and on YouTube at Orbit Media TV.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
I'm Scott, General Manager here at Carpet Care Plus. Give us a call for all your carpet, upholstery, and tile and grout cleaning needs. We are your healthy home specialists.
Carpet Care Plus is the right choice for your home or business. They service fabric, tile, and of course carpet, as well as much, much more. Allergens from pets? Don't sweat. Your home can be breathable yet. Call Carpet Care Plus at 740-455-6161 or go to carpetcareplusinc.com. Carpet Care Plus, your healthy home specialist.
And we are back live from the ANC Steel Center as the Muskies fall to the Student Princes 90-86 here on Senior Day with OAC tournament implications on the line. I'm Joe Scott alongside Michael Pagano, and Keith Brunch Jr. was your sideline reporter. And you look at the players of the game for tonight's game. Mark Dempsey once again had a great night, 28 points for him, just wasn't enough and for him today, and couldn't get things to fall there in that second half there for a little bit. So he struggled a little bit tonight, but he just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I mean, he did struggle in the second half. He only had 6 points in the second half. He had 22 in the first half. He was feeling good, and at halftime he started struggling. And like I said during the broadcast, that was the most I've seen him struggle all season long as far as like a stretch of time goes, which is impressive in its own right. I mean, he's not that he had an off day, but like the fact that he didn't score 45, I mean, it doesn't matter. But Jacob Geller also definitely another player of the game for the Fighting Muskies. Played his heart out. Senior day may become his last game of his career.
Sad to say, but that's maybe what we're looking at right here for Jake Geller and the senior.
And then for the Student Princes, it's going to have to be Chris Moxley.
Yeah, definitely.
This dude had 2 points in the first half, I believe. And he ended up with 22.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's insane. He just kind of out of nowhere, too. He just started playing well and making all the shots, and
coming off the bench too.
Made those last 2 clutch free throws and sent the Student Princes home with a W.
With a W, and you know they're going to be happy and excited on their way home. But again, Muskies do fall to the Student Princes 90-86, and this is our last broadcast of the basketball season. We want to thank you all for tuning in and listening and watching to all these broadcasts. It's been a lot of fun. Me, Michael, and Keith, and all the crew have had a lot of fun this season, but we'll be having all the sports, spring sports coming up. This guy going to be swinging the baseball bat here this spring. We're looking forward to the baseball, softball, and lacrosse season here on WMCO. So for all the TV crew here on Orbit Television, for Mike Logano, Keith Burns Jr., I'm Joe Scott. Have a great day, New Concord.